This is the Puzzle Lake Trail. It's in the Seminole Conservation Area. It's located along the St. Johns River waterway system. It is unique in that the fact that it is a saline lake. It is 1/3 the amount of salt water as that of the ocean. And that is because of salt deposits that bubble up through springs and give the salinity to this water. It is, because of that, it is home to some crustaceans, crabs, other saltwater fish that's unusual for lakes this far inland. But it's typical, there's a few lakes in this area that have high saline, and the Puzzle Lake is one of them. It covers about 1,300 acres, and it has a couple of historical figures are identified associated with this lake. And one of them was John Bartram, the royal botanist, and he explored the St. Johns River, and he and his son John entered the Puzzle Lake on January 11th and stayed till about the 15th of 1765. And they got a little bit confused about the lake. It has its name, Puzzle Lake, because based on the season and the rainfall, the navigable parts of the river change throughout the year. So he came in during the winter time. He could not find a southern exit to the lake, so he mistakenly believed that this was the source of the St. Johns River. Later, Marjorie Kinnan Rawlings, the famous author, in her book Cross Creek, she got lost, and she recounts the story in her book. She got lost in this lake with a companion, and it took them all day to find their way out. So it is a little remote, but it's a well-known lake, and it's semi-famous for bass fishing, largemouth bass. We're going to take a hike along the eastern edge and the marshes of Puzzle Lake. So come join us and explore this terrain with us. At the outset of this hike, it's a little bit of an oak hammock. But my understanding is that a majority, almost the entire hike, is going to be in open sun, marshy, grassy areas. So this is like the only shade that we will see. I'm the only one out here today. That always gives more of an opportunity to see wildlife. Very wide trail at this point. We do see some slash pine. And some sable palm, also known as cabbage palm. This is a interesting example here. Very common palm tree in Florida. But you can see that there's been a fire here. Either controlled or uncontrolled burn. And in this case, you can see right through the tree. I don't know if a palm tree can survive with that type of hole in it, but at this point it is looking very healthy. A slash pine right behind it. On our right, we have a patch of some red cedar trees. And that's what their leafy texture looks like. This part of the trail has a little bit more sable palm or cabbage palm. I believe we're getting closer to the lake. In the distance, I see the radio signal towers that will be on the other side of Puzzle Lake. A variety of wildflowers growing along the sides of the trail. This looks like it could be toad flax. This could be an example of ragwort. Along with the wildflowers, the trail has opened up to a more marshy environment I can see in the distance. We have a couple of, looks like vultures. So this is supposed to be the closest vantage point to the lake, and we're supposed to be able to see it. And I'm sure it is just on the other side of these marshes, but I cannot see it. And I don't know if that's a foreboding of reputation of Puzzle Lake. It's an enigma inside a mystery wrapped up in a riddle. We'll see. This is supposed to be the closest viewpoint. We know it's there, but things do look a little dry. It is. We haven't had rain much lately, and that could change the whole topography of the lake. At least that's the history of the lake. It's a puzzle. We're hiking through an area of cord grass. The path is a little bit higher level ground than what's around us. No sign of the lake yet, but it's definitely marshy terrains on both sides of the path. A closer up look of the cord grass, you see a mixture of new growth pushing up into the old growth. Along this segment within the cord grass, you can see some cattails. They're old, I guess relics from last year. Later on in the summertime, they look like corn dogs growing on the stalks. But right now, they're just fluffy like cotton, tan cotton. And this is called bindweed. It's a very beautiful flower. This is beautiful. The whole path is blossomed up with wildflowers. We have a rather large grove of palm. A bit of a slough area here with snakes. A whole bunch of snakes. I count at least a half a dozen. I think they noticed my presence. They're not coming after me, so that's a good thing. But obviously I don't want to be around here. So I'm going to say goodbye to the snakes. And continue on our way. Let's take a look at this palm grove. Now, call me silly, but I just got to take a look at this snake slough again. I mean, what is this thing? There's a whole bunch of them out here. It could be a mating ritual. And what else could it be? The only problem is they might not like me here and try to chase me off. Or they might want to include me in this ritual, which is even the worst option. Let's take a closer look at it. Got his head up. I wonder if these are moccasins. I have no idea what they are. One just went up on the ground. Top here. They might be fishing for fish. Could be a hunt. Because I don't see any funny business going on between the snakes. remember seeing so many snakes in one place, thankfully. There's a bird coming up to the snake. Maybe they're friends. I think the bird is too big for the snake to eat. They're about a foot apart right now. All right, I'm going to move on. They were gracious hosts. That snake slough. Back to the trail. It's been a very interesting, lovely hike so far. All the marshland and the cordgrass, the wildflowers, and maybe even the snakes. But I really want to see Puzzle Lake. And I know it's to my left, which is to the west. And I know I'm supposed to get some views along this trail. Hopefully that'll happen shortly. Another nice patch of wildflowers in the middle of the trail. In the distance, in the near distance, is another grove of sable palm, but this grove looks a little bit more wild. We're going to enter through there pretty shortly. Just going to enjoy these wildflowers. There's a bird up ahead, I'm not sure what type. Now, out in the wilds like this, birds tend to be a lot more shy. And they'll fly away before you get anywhere near them. I'm going to follow him. It could be a wild turkey the way it's walking. Walking faster than I am. Alright, let's see if I can catch him around the bend. Alright, there he is again up front. I've reached a fork in the road here, and I know that the lake is to the west, so that's the way we're going to go. If it stays a path. It could be a short path that just goes straight to the lake and that's it. At least I hope. Because it seems to end right up here. The last thing I want to do is fall into a slough of snakes.
It's not a well-used path. Well, this is where it ends. I'm not going to step in there. All right. And cattails, and just a marsh. I just scared an alligator into the water. I'm an unexpected guest. It's a pond full of duckweed. And at least one alligator. A pretty bed of wildflowers down the middle of the path. And we're going to enjoy that every time we see it. Probably just a vulture. Yeah, it's the same type of bird I saw before. It has red highlights on its head, kind of a whitish beak. I don't think he'll let me get too much closer. He's thinking that instead of the hunter, he's the prey today. If I had no ill intent. Along this swampier part of the trail, we see some healthier green cordgrass. And it looked like frogs jumping out of the water here. Like I said, animals, reptiles are very shy in these remote areas. This is the healthiest cordgrass I've seen on the trail. We're swinging to the left, which is towards the lake. This might give us one last chance to get a view of the lake, Puzzle Lake. We can hope. And another large slough area, actually on both sides of the path. So I am going to keep my eyes out for snakes. Good place to see gators too. I'm listening out for. Oh, I see a gator. Or do I? I don't know what is making this rippling in the water. I would assume either bugs or very small fish or frogs. Okay. I keep an eye on this area because it seems to have more wildlife in it. Okay, there you can see the frog. And there he is right there. See if I can get him to jump. Jump, frog. It's a Calaveras frog jumping contest. Give it your best shot. Okay. At least he posed for us. Yeah, little area of old cattails. So this lake has puzzled many a person. John Bartram, Margaret Kinnan Rawlings, and thousands of others, and now me. It seems not just confounding on the water, but along the lakeshore as well. This is a very dry season right now, and I believe where the lake would come up to near the trail and we'd have a view of it, it's a little bit dried up. And they say that it's hard to navigate because sandbars pop up during dry seasons and it's hard to maneuver through there. So in some areas we see wet marshland, like right here, and I know the lake is very close, but it looks like we're not going to be able to see it today. It might be easier to see it during the summertime when the wet season comes through, but the trail tends to get flooded as well, up knee high, and I wouldn't come through during that time, especially with the snakes we saw that could flow into that onto the trail. A huge tortoise up ahead. Hello, Mr. Tortoise. He is very well camouflaged in this mud. I see you. You think you're hiding? Okay, we see a gator. get in closer. They tend to go underwater. There. Okay. I just got to see him splash, that's it. See if we can track him again over here. That's what's been happening to me all day. As I get close, I hear the splash, but the gator's gone. Bunch of frogs coming out of the water. And gator's just hiding in the water. I could do that for a while, so we'll move on. All right, that was an alligator right there. Again, all you could see was the splash. Another one up there. A couple of birds here. All right, I finally see what's making all of the ripplings in the water. And it's tiny fish. That water's so muddy it's hard to see them, but I see them popping up close to the surface from time to time. This is a shallow area where you can see them scurrying around a little bit. They might even be tadpoles, by the way. And a monarch butterfly in flight. We're lucky enough to see a monarch butterfly up close. They're very flittish. It's still for long. We got to see that one. Dragonfly here. Nice colorful one. Orange and red stripes. Alright, I have one last idea. This is the rock hill that the vulture was resting upon on my way out here. And this is in the vicinity of the closest parts of the lake. So I'm going to climb this rock hill. But first I have to navigate through this brush, and after seeing those snakes today, I don't want to make a wrong step. So wish me luck. Oh, hold up. I do see the lake. And I believe the grass is flat enough that I can walk over to it, at least in one segment of the lake. And there's an egret walking across. So let's do this. I actually climbed on top of the rock tower that I saw a vulture at the top earlier, and that gave me the good vantage point. And let's head out there. Solve the mystery of Puzzle Lake. The egret's not flying away. There he is. start off looking to our left. And I'm sure that during the wet season, this fills up and airboat riders and canoeists can navigate through here. But right now it's a dry season, and let's take a look at the egret. And right now this is one of the channels of the lake. This Puzzle Lake is best seen by kayak, airboat. That's the best way to do it during the wet season, during the summer. But this is it. We got to see it. I'm very thankful. So, if you enjoyed this trail with all the wildlife, including the snakes, the tortoise or turtle, not sure which one that was, and all the other wildlife we saw, the turkey, please click like and subscribe to our channel, and we will see you on the next adventure.